So, what do you really know about Alaska? Bet it's a lot less than you think. This land is way more than just frozen landscapes and northern lights. Have you ever imagined a place where native culture still sets the pace and survival itself is a daily challenge? In Alaska, the improbable becomes reality. Giant bears roam deep forests, highways stretch across icy deserts, and the geography redefines what it means to live on the edge. Every corner of Alaska holds incredible secrets, from ancient cultural traditions to natural wonders that'll leave you in awe. Get ready to dive into a place where everything feels huge, untamed, and surprisingly human. This is the Alaska you've never seen before. So, ready to take off? Denali, formerly known as Mount McKinley, isn't just a mountain, it's the highest peak in North America, standing at an astonishing 20,310 feet. But there's more to Denali than just its height. Imagine being surrounded by a landscape so vast and intimidating that even seasoned climbers find themselves humbled by nature's sheer scale. Each year, thousands flock to the Denali National Park, not just for the thrill of reaching the summit, but to witness one of the most pristine natural environments left on Earth. Now, think about what it takes to live here. With harsh climates and rugged geography, there's no easy path in Denali. But Denali's beauty doesn't stop at its summit. It's home to some of the most diverse ecosystems you can find in a mountainous area. From the taiga forests at lower elevations to the snow-capped peaks, this place is a perfect blend of extremes. Visitors are often caught off guard by the variety of wildlife they encounter here: grizzly bears, moose, wolves, and even elusive lynxes. Each animal has its own territory and survival strategies, making the journey through Denali feel like stepping into a documentary. Ever wonder what it's like to watch a bear fish in a river while eagles circle above? Denali makes it a reality. And the seasons? They're unlike anywhere else. During summer, Denali bursts to life with endless daylight and fields of wildflowers, while winter blankets everything in a silence so intense, it's almost surreal. The weather shifts in unpredictable ways, creating an almost magical atmosphere where you never know what's coming next. One minute, the skies are clear, and you're gazing up at that magnificent peak. The next, thick clouds sweep in, and the mountain disappears, as if playing hide and seek with the world below. It's a place of contrasts, where beauty and danger coexist at every turn. Speaking of unpredictability, climbers who tackle Denali's peak face challenges unlike any other. Not only does the altitude push the limits of human endurance, but temperatures can drop to deadly lows. And yet, for those who brave the ascent, Denali offers one of the most rewarding, life-changing experiences possible. There's a reason why people say that standing on Denali's summit is like being on top of the world, because here, you're truly above everything else. Can you imagine the thrill of that? And even if you don't aim for the summit, Denali National Park has a way of captivating anyone who steps foot here. Whether you're hiking through its remote trails, kayaking in crystal-clear waters, or simply marveling at the endless horizons, Denali draws you into its spell. It's not just a visit, it's an immersion into Alaska's wild heart. But as mesmerizing as Denali is, there's so much more in Alaska's story waiting to be told. Kodiak Island isn't just any island, it's the domain of the legendary Kodiak bears, some of the largest brown bears on the planet. Imagine walking in a place where these massive creatures roam freely, each weighing up to 1,500 pounds or more. Here, humans are the guests, and the Kodiak bears are the rightful rulers. But what makes these bears so remarkable isn't just their size, it's their behaviors, honed by generations in this unique environment. For anyone interested in wildlife, Kodiak offers a rare glimpse into a world where nature holds the upper hand and travel feels more like an expedition into another time. The landscape of Kodiak Island is equally impressive, filled with dense forests, rugged mountains, and rivers teeming with salmon. It's this abundance of salmon that sustains the Kodiak bears, giving them the energy they need to grow to such massive sizes. Watching one of these bears fish in a river, you can't help but feel a sense of awe, and maybe a little fear, at their sheer power and agility. These aren't just bears, they're masters of their environment, each movement refined and purposeful. Have you ever wondered what it's like to stand just a few feet from a creature that could, with one swipe, remind you of the wild's true strength? Kodiak's natural beauty extends beyond just the bears. The island's ecosystem is incredibly diverse, with species that have adapted to the island's challenging weather and terrain. From bald eagles soaring above to red foxes darting through the underbrush, Kodiak's wildlife thrives in a delicate balance. It's a reminder that, in nature, every creature plays a part in the survival of the whole. Exploring the island, you're not just seeing animals, you're witnessing an ecosystem that has developed over thousands of years, each species intertwined in a complex web of life. For the native Alutiiq people, Kodiak Island is more than just a home, it's a cultural heritage rich with traditions tied deeply to the land. The Alutiiq have lived on Kodiak for over 7,500 years, fishing, hunting, and creating art that reflects their bond with this unique environment. To them, the Kodiak bears aren't simply wildlife, they're part of a shared heritage. Visitors can learn about the Alutiiq way of life, with its ceremonies, crafts, and respect for the land and sea that have sustained them for centuries. It's a culture of resilience and respect, one that echoes through Kodiak's forests and shores. Kodiak also holds a bit of historical mystery. During World War II, it was a critical military outpost, and remnants of this past, bunkers, barracks, and hidden airstrips, can still be found on the island today. It's fascinating to think about soldiers stationed here, surrounded by rugged wilderness, facing the same dramatic landscapes we see today. In a way, Kodiak is a place where history and nature intersect, each adding layers to the island's story. What was it like for those soldiers, stationed at the edge of the world, constantly surrounded by untamed wilderness? And if you think that's the full story, Kodiak has yet another surprise: marine life. Its waters are home to sea otters, seals, and migrating whales, adding even more life to this already rich ecosystem. Kodiak Island is a place where land and sea are both teeming with life, where every glance offers a new discovery. But what about Alaska's even more mysterious landscapes, where forests meet glaciers and rivers carve through ancient rock? That's what lies ahead. Tongass National Forest isn't just any forest, it's the largest temperate rainforest on Earth, sprawling over 16.7 million acres across southeast Alaska. Imagine stepping into an ancient world where towering spruce and hemlock trees stretch as far as the eye can see, and where moss-covered logs and dense canopies create an otherworldly, almost mythical landscape. The air here feels different, thick with the smell of wet earth and fresh rain. For travel enthusiasts and nature lovers, Tongass isn't just a place, it's an immersive experience, a journey back to a time when nature ruled unchallenged. This forest is not just about the trees, it's home to some of the most diverse wildlife in North America. Black bears, bald eagles, and Sitka black-tailed deer all thrive here, creating a vibrant ecosystem where every species plays a crucial role. It's a place that feels like a living puzzle, each piece connected to the other. Ever wondered what it's like to watch an eagle soar above an endless canopy or a bear fish in a quiet stream? In Tongass, these sights are as natural as the rain itself, offering a front-row seat to the intricate dance of life in one of the planet's last great wildernesses. What makes Tongass especially unique is its climate, a near-constant drizzle that nourishes this lush paradise, earning it the title of a rainforest. But unlike tropical rainforests, Tongass has cool, misty weather year-round. Walking here, you're often accompanied by a soft fog that wraps around the trees, adding a layer of mystery to the forest's depths. It's almost as if Tongass has its own personality, one that's both inviting and challenging, urging you to explore but reminding you to tread carefully. Have you ever felt that quiet thrill of being somewhere completely wild, where every sound and shadow seems alive? The indigenous Tlingit and Haida peoples have called this forest home for thousands of years, developing a culture deeply tied to its resources and rhythms. For them, time gas is sacred, a provider and a symbol of resilience. Their stories, passed down through generations, speak of the land's spirit and power. Visitors who explore time gas can glimpse this legacy through totem poles, art, and storytelling, where each carving and tale reveals the forest's importance to the Tlingit and Haida. It's a chance to see the world through the eyes of those who've lived in harmony with this landscape for centuries. Beyond its natural beauty, time gas is also a frontline in environmental conservation. With its vast carbon storing capacity, this forest plays a crucial role in combating climate change. Conservation efforts here aim to preserve this unique ecosystem, balancing the needs of local communities with the urgent call to protect our planet. Imagine the responsibility of preserving a place that holds so much ecological and cultural value. It's no wonder that time gas has become a symbol for environmentalists around the world, a reminder of what's at stake in our fight to protect nature. But time gas is just one chapter in Alaska's vast story. As we venture beyond the rainforest, Alaska's landscapes transform yet again, offering even more striking contrasts, where glaciers meet the sea, and mountains rise from endless plains. Just when you think you've seen it all, Alaska has a way of surprising you. Taku Glacier is no ordinary glacier, it's the deepest tempered glacier in the world, located within the dramatic landscapes of Alaska's coast mountains. Stretching over 4,845 feet deep, Taku feels like an ancient frozen river caught in time, slowly creeping its way through the rugged wilderness. Can you picture a wall of ice towering above you, as cold blue hues shift and glisten in the sunlight? This is Taku, where every crack and crevice tells a story of ages past. For any travel lover, standing before Taku Glacier is like stepping into a world where Earth's history is written in ice. The glacier moves at an incredibly slow pace, yet it's alive in ways you might not expect. Unlike most glaciers today, Taku is one of the few that is advancing rather than retreating. That's right, as glaciers around the world are shrinking, Taku continues to push forward. This unique phenomenon leaves scientists fascinated as they study how factors like temperature, snowfall, and geography impact its growth. Imagine the contrast, glaciers elsewhere struggling to survive, while Taku seems to defy the odds. It's a place that challenges what we think we know about climate and geography. Walking near Taku, you can hear the creaks and groans of shifting ice, as if the glacier itself were breathing. This soundscape creates an atmosphere of pure awe, like the glacier is alive, slowly making its way across the land. Here, icebergs break off, crashing into nearby waters in a spectacle called calving. Each colossal splash sends waves echoing through the fjords, reminding you of the glacier's incredible power. Ever wondered what it's like to witness nature's raw strength up close? Taku Glacier delivers that experience in spades. But the power of Taku goes beyond ice and movement. This glacier is a lifeline for the region, feeding nearby rivers with fresh meltwater, which supports a rich ecosystem of fish and other wildlife. Salmon, in particular, thrive in these cold, clean waters, attracting predators like bears and eagles. The entire food chain is intricately tied to Taku's presence, a reminder of how glaciers nourish life in surprising ways. So next time you think of a glacier, remember, it's not just ice, it's a foundation for the entire ecosystem around it. And as remote as it seems, Taku Glacier has become a powerful symbol in the global discussion on climate change. It's a reminder of the delicate balance in our natural world and the impact that even small shifts in temperature can have on massive structures like this. For those who visit, Taku offers a first-hand look at what's at stake. Witnessing Taku isn't just about marveling at its beauty, it's a call to consider our role in preserving such wonders for future generations. But there's more to Alaska's icy marvels. Just beyond Taku lies a landscape dotted with towering peaks and endless vistas, where each destination has its own story to tell. And as we move forward, Alaska's grand, glacial beauty continues to reveal itself. Kenai Fjords National Park isn't your typical park. It's a vast, rugged land where glaciers flow from mountains straight into the ocean, and fjords carve deep into the coastline. Picture this, massive blue-white glaciers that seem to glow against the dark waters, surrounded by steep cliffs and dense forests. This is a place where nature feels larger than life, and every vista looks like something out of a dream. For those with a spirit for adventure and a love of travel, Kenai Fjords offers an immersive experience in Alaska's raw, untouched beauty. The glaciers here aren't just pretty backdrops, they're active and alive, constantly shifting and cracking as they move. Visitors to the park can witness the process of calving, where huge chunks of ice break off from the glaciers, crashing into the water below with thunderous sound. Have you ever wondered what it's like to hear a glacier roar? Here, the sound isn't just heard, it's felt. Each crack and splash resonates through the fjords, a reminder of the sheer power of these natural wonders. Kenai Fjords is one of the few places where you can see and hear the glaciers up close, creating an unforgettable sensory experience. But the park's beauty isn't limited to ice, it's a vibrant ecosystem full of diverse wildlife. Sea otters float in the kelp forests, puffins dive for fish, and orcas patrol the icy waters. Bald eagles soar above, scanning the shores for their next meal. In Kenai Fjords, nature's theater is on full display, with each creature playing its part in this delicate yet dynamic environment. It's a reminder that Alaska's landscapes aren't just about scenery, they're about survival, connection, and the incredible adaptations of life in harsh conditions. The fjords themselves, narrow inlets carved by ancient glaciers, create a maze of waterways where kayakers and boaters can explore. Paddling through these waters, visitors feel like explorers discovering a hidden world. The fjords are mysterious, their steep walls echoing every splash and call of the wild. Ever felt the thrill of being surrounded by towering cliffs, with only the rhythm of your paddle and the sight of eagles above? Kenai Fjords delivers that sense of exploration like few places on Earth. Adding to the park's allure is its accessibility compared to Alaska's more remote locations. Seward, a nearby town, serves as a gateway to the park, offering boat tours, kayak rentals, and even scenic flights for those looking to take in the full scale of the landscape. It's a chance to experience Alaska's wild beauty without having to trek too far off the beaten path. Kenai Fjords brings the wonders of Alaska's wilderness close to anyone with a sense of adventure. Yet, even in a place this accessible, there's always more to uncover. Beyond the fjords and glaciers lies another world, Alaska's winding highways, where journeys reveal sights just as breathtaking, with stories just as wild. Ready to hit the road? Dalton Highway isn't just a road, it's one of the most extreme highways in the world, stretching 414 miles from Fairbanks to the Arctic Ocean. This isn't your average scenic drive, this is a journey that challenges even the most seasoned travelers. Known for its rough, isolated conditions, the highway crosses mountain ranges, endless tundra, and frozen rivers. Picture miles upon miles of empty wilderness, with only the occasional truck or moose as company. The Dalton is a place where geography, travel, and survival intersect in the most thrilling ways, taking adventurers on a trip like no other. Built in the 1970s as a supply route for the Trans-Alaska Pipeline, the highway was designed to endure the harshest conditions. But for those brave enough to take it, the Dalton offers views that are as breathtaking as they are rare. Here, mountain ranges stretch into the sky, and the Arctic tundra seems to go on forever. It's a landscape that leaves visitors in awe, yet fully aware of the risks involved. This is a road that demands respect. Have you ever wondered what it's like to drive through a place where snowstorms and wildlife crossings are as common as road signs? That's Dalton for you. The Dalton is a road trip for the truly adventurous. Cell phone service is scarce, gas stations are few and far between, and weather can turn dangerous in an instant. Travelers must come prepared, as this isn't a road for the unprepared or faint-hearted. In winter, temperatures can drop well below freezing, and in summer, dust storms can make visibility a challenge. It's a place where each mile comes with its own challenges and rewards, pushing travelers to adapt and keep moving forward. The Dalton is a journey as much about mental toughness as it is about physical endurance. But what truly makes the Dalton Highway unforgettable is its connection to the Arctic Circle. Cross the 66th parallel, and you're officially in the Arctic, a place few people ever get to experience. Here, the sun doesn't set in summer, and in winter, darkness covers the land for months. It's a place of extremes, where light and darkness shape life in ways most of us can't imagine. Standing here, you can't help but feel a sense of accomplishment and a little bit of awe at reaching one of Earth's last frontiers. Despite its isolation, Dalton Highway is home to a unique community of truckers, adventurers, and locals who call this rugged land home. Each has a story, and each knows the risks and rewards of life on the Dalton. Truckers haul goods to remote Arctic towns, their massive rigs making the trek day and night. Travelers looking to understand Alaska's wild spirit need look no further. The Dalton is where Alaska's heart beats strongest. And as challenging as the Dalton is, it's just one piece of Alaska's vast wilderness. Beyond this legendary highway lie the quiet coastal towns and native villages, where traditions hold strong, and the land offers even more stories to uncover. What lies at the end of this journey? That's where Alaska's real mystery begins. Sitka isn't your average Alaskan town, it's a place where Russian, Tlingit, and American histories converge, creating a cultural tapestry that's unlike anywhere else. Set on Baranof Island, surrounded by mist-shrouded forests and jagged mountains, Sitka's landscape feels as storied as its history. Imagine a town where Russian architecture stands alongside Tlingit totems, each symbolizing a different chapter of Alaska's past. Here, history is woven into the streets, buildings, and traditions, a living testament to Alaska's complex cultural roots. For anyone interested in travel, culture, and the power of landscapes to shape lives, Sitka is a treasure trove. Once the capital of Russian America, Sitka's Russian influence is unmistakable. St. Michael's Cathedral, with its onion-domed steeple, is still a striking reminder of the Russian Orthodox legacy. This was the heart of Russian Alaska, a bustling settlement where Russian settlers and native Tlingit people often clashed yet coexisted in an uneasy balance. Have you ever walked through a place that feels like a bridge between worlds? In Sitka, that bridge stretches across oceans, linking traditions separated by thousands of miles. But Sitka's story goes back even further. The Tlingit people have lived here for thousands of years, their traditions rooted deeply in the land and sea. Totem poles stand tall, bearing symbols of Tlingit ancestry, wisdom, and legends. Each pole is a story, a memory carved into wood, linking past to present in a way that's both powerful and humbling. Ever wondered what tales these totems could tell? Each figure and pattern is part of an intricate narrative that connects the Tlingit to their ancestors and this land they revere. Sitka's heritage also includes a fierce resistance to colonization. The 1804 Battle of Sitka, fought between the Tlingit and Russian forces, was a turning point that still resonates today. Though the Tlingit were eventually driven back, their legacy of resilience is celebrated throughout Sitka. Visitors can walk the trails of Sitka National Historical Park, where relics and artifacts mark the spot where cultures once clashed. Standing here, it's hard not to feel the weight of history in every tree and path. Sitka is a sanctuary for wildlife lovers too. From the rocky shores, you can spot sea otters, humpback whales, and bald eagles, all symbols of Alaska's untamed beauty. It's a place where nature and history intertwine, reminding visitors of a time when land and sea were sacred to all who called Sitka home. Imagine watching an eagle soar over Russian and Tlingit landmarks, a symbol of harmony in this town that has seen it all. And as you leave Sitka, you realize that Alaska's story is just beginning. Beyond this coastal town, Alaska's wilderness opens up, calling travelers further into its vast landscapes and hidden cultural gems. Ready to discover what lies beyond? Fairbanks is Alaska's unofficial Northern Lights capital, and for good reason. This remote city sits under one of the best aurora viewing zones on Earth. Here, the Northern Lights aren't just an occasional sight, they're a regular display that draws travelers from across the globe. Imagine standing in the crisp Alaskan air, gazing up as waves of green, pink, and purple light dance across the night sky. It's a surreal experience that captures the magic of Alaska's natural wonders. For anyone looking to witness one of the world's most awe-inspiring spectacles, Fairbanks is a must-visit. But Fairbanks is more than just a spot to watch the lights. It's a town with a heart and a history, shaped by the gold rush and the tough, resilient people who call it home. Founded in the early 1900s, Fairbanks was a bustling frontier town where prospectors flocked in search of fortune. Even today, the spirit of the gold rush lingers, with visitors able to pan for gold or tour historical mines. Ever wondered what it's like to strike gold in Alaska's rugged terrain? In Fairbanks, you get a taste of that pioneer spirit, right alongside the modern comforts of a welcoming community. The city's extreme weather adds to its allure. In winter, temperatures can plunge to -40 degrees Fahrenheit or lower, creating a true Arctic experience that few places in the world can match. In these conditions, survival takes on a new meaning, and locals have developed creative ways to stay warm and thrive. From ice carving competitions to the famous dog sled races, Fairbanks doesn't just endure the cold, it celebrates it. Have you ever experienced a place so cold that boiling water thrown in the air turns instantly to ice? In Fairbanks, it's an everyday winter trick. Fairbanks is also a hub for scientific research, with the University of Alaska Fairbanks leading studies on Arctic climates, wildlife, and, of course, the Northern Lights. Researchers and visitors alike gather here to explore Alaska's unique geography and the mysteries of the aurora borealis. It's fascinating to think of scientists unraveling the secrets of a phenomenon that's captivated humans for centuries. So, when you're watching the lights in Fairbanks, you're not just seeing beauty, you're glimpsing a scientific marvel that's as intriguing as it is breathtaking. For those craving adventure, Fairbanks offers plenty to explore. Snowmobiling, cross-country skiing, and even ice fishing provide ways to experience Alaska's wilderness in winter's depths. Imagine traveling across a frozen landscape, the silence broken only by the sound of snow underfoot, knowing that above you, the northern lights might burst into color at any moment. Fairbanks brings travelers into Alaska's icy heart, where every outing feels like a journey into the unknown. And beyond the lights and the ice, Alaska's rugged landscapes continue to unfold. North of Fairbanks lies the Brooks Range, a gateway to even more extreme adventures in wilderness, where the beauty of Alaska's northern reaches truly reveals itself. Ready to go even deeper? Kaktovik is a tiny town with a big secret. It's one of the best places on Earth to see polar bears up close in their natural habitat. Nestled on Barter Island in Alaska's Arctic Circle, Kaktovik offers a front-row seat to one of nature's most majestic creatures. Imagine watching a polar bear prowling along the icy shoreline, its white fur blending seamlessly with the snow and ice. For travel and wildlife enthusiasts, Kaktovik is a dream destination, a rare opportunity to witness these Arctic giants in the wild, where every sighting feels like a once-in-a-lifetime experience. What makes Kaktovik unique is its position along the polar bear migration route. Each year, as sea ice melts and bears move to find food, many gather near Kaktovik, creating a rare concentration of these elusive creatures. Seeing polar bears is never guaranteed, but Kaktovik's location gives visitors the best chance to spot them, especially in late summer and early fall. Ever wondered how it feels to lock eyes with a polar bear, knowing it's one of the world's most powerful predators? In Kaktovik, that thrill is part of the experience. Kaktovik's connection to polar bears is more than just tourism, it's a way of life for the Inupiat people, who have lived in harmony with this environment for centuries. The Inupiat have deep respect for the polar bears, whom they see as fellow inhabitants of the Arctic, not as spectacles. They share stories and traditions that reflect a relationship built on respect and understanding of the land's challenges. Visitors have the unique chance to learn about this culture, discovering how the Inupiat people survive and thrive in one of the world's most extreme climates. And Kaktovik is not only about bears, it's about survival in the Arctic itself. Temperatures here plunge well below zero, and daylight disappears for months during the polar night. For the people of Kaktovik, adapting to this environment isn't just a skill, it's a way of life. From traditional hunting practices to community gatherings, every aspect of daily life in Kaktovik is shaped by the Arctic's relentless demands. Have you ever imagined living in a place where the sun vanishes for weeks and survival depends on your connection to the land? But as warming temperatures threaten sea ice, Kaktovik's polar bears face a growing struggle. The shrinking ice makes it harder for them to hunt seals, their main food source, driving more bears to the shores around Kaktovik. Scientists and conservationists now monitor the area closely, hoping to protect these magnificent creatures and the delicate Arctic ecosystem they inhabit. In Kaktovik, witnessing polar bears isn't just awe-inspiring, it's a stark reminder of the urgent need for environmental stewardship. And from Kaktovik's frozen shores, our journey takes us further into Alaska's wilds, where even more extraordinary landscapes and creatures await discovery. Curious about what lies deeper in the Arctic wilderness? Barrow, known to locals as Utqiagvik, isn't just the northernmost city in the United States, it's a place where life meets the raw, unfiltered Arctic wilderness. Here, temperatures regularly plummet below freezing, and the sun disappears for 65 days straight in winter. Imagine a place where people live in almost constant darkness for months, then adjust to endless daylight in the summer. It's a rhythm that's not just unusual, it's extreme. For those curious about travel, geography, and culture at their most intense, Barrow offers a truly rare glimpse into life on the edge. One of Utqiagvik's most remarkable phenomena is the midnight sun in summer. Days stretch endlessly, and people adapt by celebrating the light with festivals, gatherings, and traditions that welcome the warmer months. But what's it really like to experience continuous daylight or darkness? In Barrow, life is lived with the Arctic's unique pulse, as people adjust their routines around the powerful cycles of nature. This rhythm of light and dark shapes not just the day but the culture itself, binding the community together in shared resilience. Utqiagvik is a proud center of Inupiat culture, where traditions thousands of years old continue to guide daily life. Subsistence hunting of whales, seals, and caribou isn't just survival, it's a vital link to the Inupiat's heritage. Whale hunting, in particular, is both a practical and cultural event, where community members work together, honoring the animals and the land that sustain them. In Barrow, you don't just learn about these practices, you feel their importance. Ever thought about what it means to honor the land with every meal, every gathering? Here, it's a way of life. Yet life in Utqiagvik is changing. As Arctic ice recedes due to warming temperatures, traditional practices become harder to maintain, while coastal erosion threatens the very ground on which Barrow is built. This town isn't just surviving in the Arctic, it's adapting to a rapidly shifting world. For locals, every season presents new challenges as they balance heritage and modernity in a place where the landscape itself is in flux. To visit Barrow today is to witness a community redefining resilience, facing the future without letting go of the past. Despite its remote location, Barrow combines tradition with modern advancements. Research centers, schools, and digital connections coexist alongside ancient customs, making Barrow both a community and a living museum of Arctic life. It's a place where cutting-edge science and millennia-old traditions intersect under polar skies. Imagine living in a world where ancient and modern knowledge meet to shape survival. That's Utqiagvik's reality. Leaving Barrow, Alaska's vast wilderness stretches out even farther, offering endless horizons and stories of resilience, culture, and unyielding landscapes waiting to be explored. What lies beyond in this great northern frontier? Alaska is a land that defies expectations at every turn, a place where nature reigns supreme, culture runs deep, and each landscape holds a story waiting to be told. From the towering peak of Denali to the Arctic edges of Barrow, Alaska invites travelers to discover the raw beauty and mystery that few places on Earth can offer. So, which part of Alaska amazed you the most? Was it the vast wilderness, the midnight sun, or perhaps the mighty Kodiak bears? Let us know in the comments. If you're eager to uncover more of these breathtaking places and untold stories, be sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications. There's always something new to explore, and you won't want to miss a single adventure.